Everything for aha a King 2 TV. Miss Winnie dim saying a new face that would ever King 2 TV so. Myself so versus Kawame no washa so other platform no ama comment or comment section as say. And more reviews so we notification bell so aman simple edward King 2 TV no. Why face na winya 70 no mu ne akoso e wo maka na ene we ase afenina in somebody de bebre ene ekoso e wo maka na mu anwonim second 2 TV over 50 seminya e begina ase ya na ensamo ena maboabo ano ena medebro no so enyo biti into no for kame ho ena me no mienu nkopimo ye former president Mahama akahwe nsem de odi etutudwa efa na ye president na do ho ensamo no ayi bebre yetini se ya ye mpese bi we still tam anase besro umre eno anse beswe ni dim so bepo bi ku bi atena na wadwojo ho na watie ensamo no na chese wo so wahu ne yakoso ewo maga ne mo ntema wo mfi so se obebo notification be no so amaye de tum na onye bietie senya mababo nsam yanu amedibe yajebre ni enkutie ye former president Mahama nensema odi etutwa ni wia esanso ba ebedo ho nkomo nsam bebre eka
Senator Kufado accusing him of being aware and unaware of the extent of corruption within his administration. The flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress claims that the president is protecting corrupt officials. At a media interaction with journalists in the Upper East region after concluding his tour, he emphasized that the special prosecutor should be allowed to operate independently to combat corruption effectively.
I'll be restricted, and during the season when it is raining and it is expected that the Bagri Dam will be opened, a lot of the water would be let go so that it lowers the water level, so that when the water from Bagri comes, it will not flood as extensively as it used to do. The second objective of Palugu was to irrigate a huge expanse of land, I think about 10,000 hectares of land for agricultural purposes. And then the third, which is a byproduct of the dam, was to produce about 30 to 50 megawatts of power. And so it's a very important project, and I think that we didn't start it because we were not able to yet procure dedicated funding for it. Because for a project like that, when you start funding it, it must continue to its completion. And so when this new government came, they took it up, and in 2019, they cut short for it. But I noticed something. They said it was going to be funded from Government of Ghana budget. And I knew that that was going to be a problem, because to have an almost $1 billion project funded from Government of Ghana budget, then you can be sure that it will face the hazards that every other project that depends on the consolidated fund faces. And that is exactly what happened. Of course, it made a lot of political capital for the president's party in cutting short for that project. But I mean, one knew that it was going to face very difficult challenges. Unfortunately, we have rather lost money because almost $12 million was paid for no work done. You go to the site, there's absolutely nothing there. And so somebody has caused financial loss to the state, and must be held to account to come and answer what happened. But it's a project that is desirable. We intend to continue. We're not going to abandon it, but we're going to look for a source of dedicated funding for it so that we can push it from start to finish without the kind of hazards that projects like this face when they depend on the contingency, on the consolidated fund. Talking about resetting the economy, everybody knows what the issues of our economy are. It is the structure of our economy. We borrow and we spend. We live above our means. We run a budget deficit that we carry on every year continuously. But recently, a new phenomenon was added under this government, and that was overborrowing. The reason for the crisis in which we are is that this government overborrowed, spent more than it was earning, and in addition, our traditional sources of income, they mismanaged. And so you have a situation where you are spending more, you are borrowing more, and yet the hen that lays the golden eggs, you're killing it. And so the golden eggs are not coming. And so what happens is the cocoa sector has collapsed completely. Cocoa sector in syndication used to bring 2 billion fresh cedis into the economy every year. This year, we hardly were able to borrow even 800 million. And so that is a traditional source that has held this economy since Gordon Gisberg's time. They have come and mismanaged it. Produce Buying Company has collapsed. They are selling their assets. Produce Buying Company bought 30% of the cocoa that we exported in 2016 when I was president. Today, they have bought 0, and the banks are selling their assets. The workers have not been paid for 10 months.
The Oforikro Municipal Assembly and National Road Safety Authority have established a new executive team to address road accidents in the Ashanti region. The partnership seeks to proffer local solutions to combat carnages on the roads. There's more in this report by David Opoku, also read to you.
The Ashanti region has seen an increase in road fatalities, recording over 60% upsurge on road carnages between January and June 2024. This situation calls for urgent attention and measures to improve road safety in the region. Assistant Planning Manager at the Road Safety Authority in Ashanti region, Samuel Edujima, says local solutions to road accidents are critical in reducing the number of deaths in the region.
As the committee met, we discussed a lot of issues that are happening that actually add on to the crisis that we are having. We talked about the fact that people are ignorant. They don't know the rules and regulations of our road. There are a lot of issues with our roads, with potholes and then street lighting system. Some of our traffic lights are not functioning. We also talked about the fact that some of the people who are providing transport-related services do not have the technical knowledge to relating to the jobs that they are doing, like organizers and some of the mechanics, that we have to, as a committee of the municipal, make sure that we get all these people on board, get them trained, give them some education on the rules and regulations that we have, so that they can work within the confines of the rules and regulations to make sure we are safe on our roads.
The tricycle menace, lack of transport terminal, pedestrian walkway takeover, poor law enforcement and lack of street lights are among challenges of road safety in the Oforikro municipality. The Road Safety Authority is prioritizing the provision of comprehensive training to local assemblies to effectively educate schools, churches, drivers and other stakeholders. This training will ensure a better understanding and adherence to traffic rules and road signs.
We are saying that as a committee, we are going to make sure that all the people we talk about, the people providing road safety services, the mechanics, the tire dealers, the organizers and the rest, we are going to look at them in the assembly, register them, get them trained, so that we can say, in fact, sitting here, even if we have the assembly, how many organizers do we have in the assembly? Do we know it? We don't. But they are there, they are operating. How are they operating? Do they have the technical know-how? So we are going to register them, get them some training so that they know what they are doing. All the other agencies that are providing transport services, we are going to do that to register them so that we get to know who is providing transport services and how are they providing it. Are they providing it safely? Then we can move on. So that see how we can make sure as an assembly, how we can control and make sure they are doing